Welcome back everybody to this game number 2 of the Excellent Moscow Cup loser bracket finals between Power Rangers and Virtus.pro. We are of course Heflatv and we are proud to present this game to you. My name is Coucher and with me is Mito. And any last, or maybe not last, but any words about the game number 1 as we go into game 2?
Well, Virtus.pro, they've got a lot on their backs. They really got to step it up. They can't allow Power Rangers to just walk over them like that again.
Well, that's for sure. And actually, I don't know how the format is played in Excellent Moscow Cup, but this is the second time now. Yesterday we witnessed it with Virtus.pro versus Empire, where Empire had the dire side twice, and this time it's the same for the Power Rangers. I guess just the first pick changed. Maybe it's like first game, one team gets to choose what side he wants. Second game, the other team gets to choose the side. So Virtus.pro looks like they actually favor maybe the Radiant side. Do you think they're gonna try to go for maybe a Shadow Fiend again?
I don't think so. Not after the last game. I feel like Virtus.pro, they gotta recognize Power Rangers. They have a very aggressive style. They're gonna come at you. They're gonna come at you fast. And Virtus.pro, they weren't prepared for it. And now they have a Trian Protector. So that will somewhat negate the aggressiveness, I suppose. Not that much. But Trian, such a beautiful hero. I guess everyone loves it. First pick material these days. Being able to invis your teammates, heal up tower mates, strong in the tri-lane, whether it's aggressive or defensive. But Power Rangers, man, they're just going fast.
Yeah.
They know exactly what they want. Doxia plus Wraith King.
Actually, Virtus.pro, if they want to, they can go for the God Invoker now. It's still in the pool, it didn't get banned out because, of course, Mirana, you just don't want to deal with that hero ever. As well as Power Rangers taking out Yayo. I guess the Radiant side, Yayo, Tiny combination in the mid lane definitely is something that Virtus.pro could have gone for, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Power Rangers, this is one of the most popular combos right now. I mean, it's kind of funny how the combo is initiated by having the Wraith King die, and then you can do the best vacuum wall combo. And everyone's slow by 75%, so it's extremely strong.
I want to see a Leshrac on top of it for Power Rangers now.
Oh, okay, so Virtus.pro, this draft is actually very...
Reminiscent of the game number 1?
Yeah, not only that, it's very much like how Rock's Kiss sliced the draft as well, having the Triad and the Lich.
Well, they have Goblak, so...
Yeah, and this means your tower will take extremely long to take down with the Lich armor and the Trian armor. And so are your heroes. And I'm not quite sure what they want to pair up with it, but I suppose they might want to get rid of the Ancient Apparition. Yeah. And then they can start grabbing for big tanky cores. Or even things like Weaver.
Do you think that Virtus.pro actually might go for a Spectre? When talking about big tanky heroes. Sure, he's not that tanky early on, but he usually builds tank anyway. And with the living armor and the ice armor, it would be really hard to actually bring the Spectre down, while all the meantime he would just be reflecting all the damage that's done to him.
It is a potential pick. I mean, but you gotta come prepared. Power Rangers, you know, if you do pick up a Spectre, they're most likely just gonna keep up the aggression. And can you handle it? That's the question. But now that you have Lich as well as Trian as supports, you can easily run a Spectre Lich dual mid. It's one of the classicals, I guess. Having the Lich pairing up with a much weaker carry and running both of them at mid. And Spectre, if you do get into late game, eventually you're going to pick up Diffusal 2 and Manta style, and that's going to hurt the Wraith King a lot. But you look at Power Rangers, they pick up an Enchantress. So you got to see the towers are going to get chipped away very early. But once again, you just have so much armor for the towers.
Yeah, and well, looks like Virtus.pro they did go for the Shadow Fiend after all. I mean, I'm guessing that the second game Virtus.pro got to choose which side they want to be on, so they chose Radiant. And I guess Shadow Fiend is one of the heroes that benefits with it, or for it. Are there any other specific heroes except maybe IO, Tiny combination, or any dual mid combination that definitely wants to be on the Radiant side if possible?
Let's see. Dual mids. You can have the Lion Tiny combo that Fnatic likes to run. But let's see, SD Kunkka, they can easily do as well. Just about any hero who can take stacks, then you can pretty much run them as dual mids. And there are a lot of other ones, I guess. SD Leshrac, if you want to run Leshrac as a mid solo. The problem I see right now for Virtus.pro is Enchantress can easily go into aggressive jungling posture. Because you look at Lich and Triad, they're most likely not going to be able to take down the Enchantress or even catch up to her. And if Enchantress is allowed to aggressive jungle, then Enchantress can easily contest the mid lane or even come and gank the mid lane. So that's something that Virtus.pro should think about.
Well, they have the chance to do so. They still have 2 picks left. Power Rangers, their 4th pick though. Do you think they'll maybe even grab the Sanking now, or though I don't really think so. They have a jungler already, so the Sanking actually wouldn't have free reign to farm up there. But do you think they'll go for something with the team fight? Maybe even something like a Magnus mid lane, or just pick up a Dragon Knight, tanky presence, some splash damage with the vacuum.
Dragon Knight's pretty good, but if he doesn't have the range form, not only is he going to get crushed in the lane by the Shadow Fiend, but the Lich armor is going to slow his attack speed significantly as well. My thoughts are more on heroes like Templar Assassin, that the momentum base and just keeps rolling. Oh, okay, so I believe Power Rangers just now, they were debating whether or not to run the Wraith King as more of a core or as a support. And with the Luna pickup, there has to be a Wraith King support. But you're looking at so much pushing power. You've got the lifesteal from the Wraith King, you've got Enchantress with the heals, you've got Luna providing extra damage with the Luna Blessing.
Yeah, it feels like at the moment, like Virtus.pro, they were taunting Power Rangers, like, oh, we get the tree and we got the Lich, come at us, bro. And Power Rangers are like, yeah, no problem, Luna, Enchantress, we'll get your towers, we don't care.
Oh, okay. So for this pro, they are going to be running, I believe, a 2-1-2. The Lich plus Centaur dual offlane. Man, that is a disgustingly good combo. And Triad then is most likely going to be paired up with a range carry. And in this scenario, I would say Invoker, as a matter of fact, is still in the pool. And why wouldn't you go for the Invoker in this scenario? He sets up beautifully for the Centaur. He's going to have the pushing power of his own. And he just offers so much abilities in team fights.
It actually would be pretty nice just for the extra burst damage, of course. Whether he goes, well, I guess he would go for Exorts. You don't really want to go for Vex only because of the Wraith King, especially if it's a support one. So
And you look at that Virtus.pro ban. They banned the Stone Spirit. They're sick of getting jumped on.
whoa!
Oh!
Whoa! Power Rangers! They're all about the viewers, man. They want to give us a show. As well, the Pudge against Shadow Fiend, it should be fine if he gets the hook on target.
I say it's more the reason for Virtus.pro to pick up an Invoker. Invoker is going to be fine against the Pudge. You just place the Force Spirits in the hook's path, and it will never land on you. And even if it does, you just cold snap him, and then the Pudge is just going to stand in the place and like just get stunned up. And you just turn around, right click.
And does the Pudge actually have enough to take down the Shadow Fiend if the living armor comes out?
The rod should remove the living armor pretty fast. But eventually, like Centaur, once he gets Stampede, SF should be pretty fine. And SF, you're not even looking to posture aggressively. As long as you can evade the hooks. And actually, you don't even really care that much about the hooks. You're just going to raise, push out the creep wave, go to the jungle and farm. But this means the Pudge is also going to be able to get levels. And with the Enchantress, just having the power of a jungler, you're never going to see him on the map. And when you do, he's already probably right next to you, ready for the gank. If he has a Dark Troll Warlord, one net on the SF into a hook, that's going to spell the death for the Shadow Fiend.
I mean, Shadow Fiend definitely is one of the easiest heroes to actually gank mid lane. I guess the Treant armor will help out a little bit, but like you said, the Troll Trap, the Ensnare, that's an easy hook for the Pudge then, and from there on the Shadow Fiend, even with the living armor, shouldn't be able to escape. But so far, even with the last hero not getting picked yet by Virtus.pro, to some extent I actually have to favor their lineup if they run the Lich Centaur against the Luna Wraith King. I mean, Wraith King, he can't do anything to help the Luna out on that lane, more or less.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty difficult lane. Oh, I'm massively disappointed. It's gonna be a Weaver instead.
Well, I guess Power Rangers, they actually don't have too much lockdown. They only have the Ray Fire Blast and the Dismember from Scandal. So
Oh,
actually,
and there is something we forgot to mention as well. The as of as of like the past, Chinese teams when they do run Pudge, not as much, but you do see they paired up with either say a Bounty Hunter or a Doxia, and in this case it's gonna be a Doxia. The Surge Iron Shell Pudge chasing you down, man, that's gonna be
that's gonna be
it's gonna
hilarious
do
for
you
us.
in. It's frustration right there. Like
Yeah.
how fast can you run? Your movement speed is 305. It's above average, but how you gonna outrun a essentially hasted Pudge?
Oh, that's gonna be really hard to actually go up against. Even for the Weaver, I mean, you can just stay on top with the Surge. But I guess we should introduce the lineups first as Jotunheim. He's going to check the Roche just in case this time around. Oh, they don't want to make the same mistake, but do they actually run into trouble? Nope. Power Rangers don't want to go for the level 1 fight. But for Virtus.pro, Jotunheim is playing on the Tree and Protector, leaving Illidan to play the Weaver. Actually, he's gonna go mid lane. NS on the Lich, maybe even dual laning mid with Illidan, or stacking things up. Arsart, of course, heading towards the off lane as the centaur, and God, he'll be playing the Shadow Fiend safe lane. So Weaver mid lane against Pudge, I mean the Pudge should have like 0 kill potential on that.
Oh yeah. Then it's all about farming up, just getting your levels, and then buying up a smoke, rotate to other lanes and gank for the Pudge. Or having your Doxia come over and just do what you need to do. So I like these laning from Virtus.pro. It's very smart. Like you play the lanes to your advantage essentially.
That's exactly what they do, and guess you can go over Power Rangers. I think we should have enough time before the first blood gets thrown.
Yeah, not only that, look at it, Power Rangers. I mean, Virtus.pro with that ward, they were expecting some aggressive jungling coming out.
Oh, they
They
were
even
spot
block up
on.
their own camps.
They were, I guess they just saw it coming. And well, they still do get a Centaur Conqueror, so a pretty nice creep because J-Force, very Fire Blast, it should actually buy enough time. But they do spot it out because the Treant was just at the side to provide vision for God. So FNG is actually losing a lot of valuable farming time if he's just sitting around like this.
And at mid, Scandal was already forced to pop a south. But, I mean, he still has plenty of regens, starting out with 2 souths, a tango. Yeah, so it's gonna be okay. He's
Oh,
gonna
they're
gain
diving
levels.
bottom lane. They have the center Jotunheim just blocked in. Moon coming in from the other side. There's J4 as well. The stun, it's not even necessary at the center Conqueror. Moon gets the first one. God, he's boxed in as well. Ray Fire Blast, it's still not necessary. All they used was the center Conqueror stun and one Lucent Beam, I think.
Ah, the life of G. Everywhere he goes, he's just being chased down.
Power Rangers are playing
So now
shut
he's-
down the Shadow Fiend. Oh, Scandal! He gets the kill on Illidan. What? Illidan misplays, maybe? Or was it a brilliant hook by Scandal? I didn't even see it.
This wasn't a tactical pause. It was a rage pause. It's like fuck. I just smashed my keyboard after that, and I need a pause because I need to get a new keyboard.
Yeah, I need a new keyboard as well. Need the macro buttons to change the scenes in OBS. Yeah. But Moon, I mean, they're already going for the tower push as well. They're creep skipping. They have 2 creeps as well. Well, Cobalt 4-man, extra movement speed. I think it's an underestimated creep, to be honest. The speed aura, it's pretty strong early on.
It definitely is, and it allows a slow-moving hero like the Wraith King to be able to catch up. Look at his movement, 336 without boots, and that's some pretty decent stuff.
Yeah, well, Moon 369. Oh, well, Luna is
Whoa.
so fast anyway.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
Luna's movement, movement speed was 369.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear the 3 in
Oh,
front.
yeah. But Scandal,
My
well,
bad.
Hook misses mid lane, and NS comes in as well, but he's only level 1. The TP's coming in. Do they really want to dive Scandal? TP assistance, Jotunheim is there with the leech. They might actually get the J4 is there. Ray Fire Blast to slow them down. Scandal wanted to go for the counter hook for a second there, but that's a 4-man rotation for something that they didn't even get.
Yeah, and Enchantress is at mid as well. Wow.
Oh, yeah, they might actually get something, although I think FNG might have gone a bit too deep. Arsart has to return. There's the slow, but they still just can't catch up, or can they? There's the Nature's Attendance. They might burst it down, leech it, double edge, and they get the kill, but Moon is there now. Arsart getting stunned by the Ray Fire Blast. That's one kill. J4 actually might go down in turn, but the Alpha Wolf, the extra damage together with the Lunar Blessing. It's too much, and J4 somehow managed to stay alive. Nature's Skies, it's not enough. There's the Living Armor, but Luna, Moon, you'll just chase him down. He has the Power Dress, but not enough mana for the Lucent Beam. Chotum. His own boost of speed are enough to get him out, and a nice eating of the trees as well by the Tangos.
This is like so reminiscent of the last game. It just feels like Power Rangers. They just want to force fights after fights after fights. But I would say that was a bit of a missed micro coming out of FNG. He should have used Alpha Wolf to help him block a little bit.
Yeah, he blocked himself with the Alpha Wolf in the end.
Oh god, is God in trouble again?
Oh my.
Oh no, just copying some harassments.
Actually, look at the mid lane last hits. 19 and 4 for Scandal, and Illidan 10 and 2.
I have no idea what's going on. How did Illidan get solo kill? It still baffles me. I didn't see it, and I wish I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to the replay later. It's like, how the hell does that happen? Patch solo killing a Weaver. I mean, okay, I can understand Patch solo killing a Weaver, but that's not when it's a 1v1 matchup mid lane.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen. Unless you hook him under the tower and then he's
maybe
like...
once Scandal hits level 6 has to dismember then as well, but before that on level 3 or 2, I mean, that just should not take place. But Scandal is going aggressive, the hook lands as well. Illidan, he doesn't have the Sukuchi anymore. It might be another kill. Oh, 3 HP, Living Armor, but the Ray Fire Blast with the dust by J4 early on. Really nice rotations, securing the kill.
I believe that's the same way he died the first time.
Yeah,
he used Sukuchi aggressively, and he doesn't have it to run after and no way to dodge the hook. That has to be it, right?
And Sukuchi early on, it's quite a long cooldown as well.
Long cooldown, yeah.
And they're just gonna go for the tier 2 now. Just look at the skeletons helping out as well. Oh my god, the Ice Armor, it actually slows down the push considerably. Illidan comes back as well. But there's the Troll Trap onto NS, Free Fire Blast to follow, and Scandal kills off Chotum now. He gets stunned, Double Edge is there as well, and Scandal actually does go down. So some nice XP towards Virtus.pro. They might get FNG Frost Blast to slow him down. Yeah, he's definitely gonna get chased down. Illidan has the mana for another Sukuchi, and they're gonna get the kill one way or another. The last right click, yes. So, 2 nice counter kills, and the Ice Armor just keeping the tower alive.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, it's just like how many members of Virtus.pro are coming in to help out versus how many are on Power Rangers. You look at Cheshire Cat, he is happily farming at top, and Luna didn't even join the fight, just farming down at bottom as well. And now Luna already has the Eclipse, and once he comes in and finds someone, dude, that ward is amazing, I gotta say. Like, that positioning, it blocks the camp, they scatter out so many things, but the heroes just can't fight so early on.
Power Rangers, they're really the kings of early game in this series. Just completely taking Virtus.pro by storm. 2 games in a row. At the moment, at least this game around, 4-7. The kill score not that off. But I guess usually don't look at the graphs that early. But with all the action going on, gold graph, or XP graph rather, 2.5k almost in the favor of Power Rangers, and gold lead, 4k for them. They will get the early mech on Darkseer now. I would think that at least that's what he's going for. And oh, they're going for the wraparound. They've smoked up FNG and J4. Arsart, you're in big trouble. There's the Ion Shell as well, and actually there's not enough creeps, but they will go with the 2 of them. There's, oh, the Stampede got used, but the Ray Fire Blast was their Living Armor as well. Arsart actually, there's the Hooftop. He has the Double Edge, he can't turn it around with the slow, the enchant, it's not there. Another Ray Fire Blast. Will the right clicks be enough to Arsart? He's pretty tanky, but the Shockwave comes out by the Satyr Tormentor. Illidan though has joined the fray. He wants to get the kills. Wraith King not level 6 yet, no reincarnation, so he's actually gonna go down the Surge. The last right click, 7 HP. Oh, Cheshire Cat just saves him.
Wow.
Oh, and Scandal is coming in now. NS, hook, Scandal hook. They see him. There's the slow as well from the enchant, and easy hook onto NS. This member, he uses it. It wasn't really necessary, but I guess he wanted to speed it up a little bit, and that's earned now on Scandal as well. So the next kills will allow him to get those charges up, and oh, Cheshire Cat. Drop slow. Illidan actually wants to go for the kill. He might get it as well. Another Sukuchi. A few right clicks. The Geminate attack. It's not coming out yet. It does. Oh, actually. So, really nicely done by Illidan. Time lapse out as well.
Yeah, but look at it. Once again, Power Rangers have all the map control they're looking for. I mean, we talked about just how disgustingly good Virtus.pro's heroes are at healing up towers, giving armor to the towers. But look at it, the bottom is tier 1 and tier 2 are both gone. And the mid tier 1
Oh,
is only standing at 163 HP. Oh, now it's getting healed up.
well, I think it's still gonna go down rather soon because FNG has rotated in. And actually, FNG. Oh, NS, don't run there. Don't run. Don't run into the eclipse, please. Please, 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 Lich. Oh, he places down the
Oh,
ward.
no.
It's not the best ward alive, but it's still to make sure that Moon, if he was there or not. Oh, Scandal has a double damage now as well. If they get hooked, they're done for.
I'm surprised Scandal isn't rushing a Blink Dagger or something. But I guess with his hook accuracy, it's not necessary either.
They have the stuns and slows, I guess, to set it up. Even the enchant from Enchantress, it's level 3, so 40% movement slow should be enough for Scandal to at least predict the movements to get the hook shot done. But they're going for another tower. The ice armor, I mean, the slow itself, it's pretty nice because it's harder to disengage. Oh, do they find somebody?
Yeah, they
Jotun?
see Scandal.
Oh, they
They
used
pinged
the
out
dust
Scandal.
as well. There's the Ray Fire Blast onto God. No follow up, and Scandal, well, Illidan cops something in the face. And Scandal, he almost killed Arsart. Wow, 35 HP, and Scandal goes for the TP out and is successful as well. Just
Oh,
fighting
man.
on two fronts, and Arsart, well, Scandal almost solo killed a center war runner who is pretty tanky by nature, even getting the stampede out of him.
Holy cow, you look at the kills. Right now, Moon, he has 4 kills, 0 death, and has around 60 plus last hits in under 10 minutes. He is stacked up. He has a Yasha,
Just look
Aquila,
at the net worth
Shreds.
chart. Moon 6k, next highest on Radiant, God 3k. Not
And the
bad.
gold graph and XP graph, I think it's pretty blatantly obvious just roughly how much lead Power Rangers have.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, but I mean, by the way this is going, it looks like they won't be able to play Fnatic in the Summit qualifiers, at least not at the time they were supposed to play. It's like 1 hour and 30 minutes away or something. But if they manage to continue with the momentum that they have, they're gonna be in the grand finals against Empire, which is a best of 5 in itself, so.
Oh, intense. Everybody loves to watch Pudge.
Of
Oh, and
course.
by the way, talking about Pudge, I got the new hook. I'm pretty happy.
Do you actually even play Pudge?
No,
Man.
I only play Jungle Pudge, the Radiant Jungle Pudge, where you put up a ward and you hook the big creep.
Oh yeah, and go to Roche.
No, it's
I've seen
it's
the bug or something. At least I've heard them talk. But do you
You
just
kill
pull the
Roche,
creep
huh?
out of position so he can't do anything?
Well, the saving grace on Virtus.pro this time is RSR, he's not too far off his Blink Dagger. And with the Blink Dagger, he might be able to do some big
Oh,
work
they
for
see
them.
Scandal, shot him. But oh, do they have the gem or anything, Scandal? I think he's just gonna run away. The Overgrowth comes out as well, the Razes will be there, and Scandal actually might take a fall. He goes for the hook shot, he's still alive, bottling up. The Stampede comes a little bit too late. There's the hook onto God as well. He's under the tower, and they're still alive. Shadowfiend just gets the kill on Scandal, and Scandal, I guess he was venturing where he should not have been.
I was expecting TP supports to come in.
They don't
If
care,
Luna
they're
was
just
there,
taking
that was
tier
double
2
kill.
instead.
Oh yeah, it's a much better trade, getting the tier 2. But look at the Frost armor, it's doing work. Everyone's attacking slow whenever they attack the tower.
Yeah,
And
and-
now it even has the living armor on top.
Well, they will bring it down, but it takes ages for them. It's only level 1 ice armor as well. But like I talked about before, if the Blink Dagger actually comes out on Arsart, and the ice armor is there and Power Rangers try to push, if Arsart blinks in, they can't really run away thanks to the ice armor slow as well. The disengaging will be hard. Oh, Illidan gets hooked, he's getting taken out
Oh my
immediately, no
goodness.
time lapse, no nothing. And now Luna coming in, he can go for the Eclipse, but the Nature Skies, they have the gem on somebody, I think. They should have, and yeah, they have it on FNG.
Gemma Enchantress. Oh, man.
God. God.
So right now, Virtus.pro, they're playing without a single outer tower. And, well, actually, I'm surprised God has only died twice this game.
Yeah, well, the first death was like early on, like the first. I think he went down for the first blood, right? So that's his
Yeah,
second
yeah.
death. 12 minutes later, not that bad for him, all things considering. But just looking at the net worth chart, it feels like I've almost toggled the net worth chart to show by teams. That's how it looks like.
Ouch. And Luna almost has BKB as well.
And this is some absolutely sick farm, and they're going for a Roche now. They don't care. They have the life steal. Only win 1 point in Vampiric Aura, but still 15%. It's pretty good, plus double damage, of course, on Luna. They have the health regeneration from the Unholy Aura of the Satyr Tormentor, which, of course, is tanking up as well, so... This should be a rather easy Roche with Virtus.pro. Either they have no idea that this is going on, or they just can't contest. And one thing Virtus.pro, actually, I have to commend them for is that their vision is pretty decent, even though Power Rangers, they have the gem. And Power Rangers themselves, they have zero vision on the map. Like, absolutely none, and they don't even have wards on anybody's inventory. J4 not going for wards, Blade Mail instead. Oh, Scandal finds God. Will he dismember? Yes, he goes for it. Arsa gets the hoof stomp out God. The shadow raises. Oh, the Requiem Soul Skid gets cancelled by the vacuum. He goes down, but Arsa's now no stampede. The blink actually might be enough, and he should be able to blink away, but Luna kills off shot him in the meantime. What a blink.
Yeah.
Well, mid lane, Moon. Illidan trying to man fight Moon. He has the time lapse, so he should be able to do so for a time. And Moon... Did he? Yeah, he actually lost the Aegis as well.
Well, he has the full BKB on the courier. 14 minutes in.
What's his gold per minute? 660 gold per minute on Moon. And I don't think it's gonna stop now.
Oh yeah, it's not stopping anytime soon. But one downside of having so much action on the map is they don't have any ancient stacks. That's the only downside. He still has 95 last hits, man. This is amazing, like what Power Ranger is presenting right now. The rotations from the supports have been just so on the point. And Scandal, I don't know how he's doing this, like solo killing Illidan.
Oh, well, the Aegis definitely came in to help, and well, Eclipse was spent there the first time in this game. Just look at Scandal.
At top. Yeah. Scandal's ready for it.
Yeah, Ion Shell on him as well. It's the Darkshare's own Ion Shell though. But Arsart, I think... I'm not sure if Scandal can even solo kill Arsart. 1.1k HP. Dismember, it's level 1, maybe if it was level 2.
And now the dewarding begins.
Yeah, they finally go in for it. And it's about time. And actually the supports, they aren't that highly leveled. FNG and J4 both level 8. Whereas NS is level 7 and Jotunn is 8 as well. So the supports...
At top?
Oh... Scandal, he's such a sneak. Oh, he manages to hook
goodness.
NS through the creeps. The stampede comes out, but it's still too late. The hoofstomp. He just couldn't reach there in time, and Scandal now four-staffs himself out. He doesn't have a TP though. That was a mistake for him, and he's gonna go down. Raises, one right click. Oh, he gets the deny. Oh. What a player, man. Scandal. Man of the match.
Wow. I can't say he's the man of the match. I feel like his whole team is just playing so good. Like the supports, really, like... The way they played, tower diving the SF, knowing that Virtus.pro's early game is going to be relatively weak, is just amazing the way they punished DP.
Oh, they stun Illidan as well. Do they actually have enough to follow up? No, he actually forces the time lapse. There's the reincarnation as well. So this might be the chance. NS takes so much damage. Blade Mail activated. Overgrowth onto 3. Chain Frost to bounce. That's a lot of damage going around. J4. Requiem of Souls on top. The 2 kill of NS, but that's J4 for NS, and J4... He lost the reincarnation as well, so I think that's actually the better kill. And the wall gets deployed as well, so... They're still alive, but Moon, he wants to continue going on. He has the Eclipse ready. Illidan, he gets slowed, he gets mini-stun, no time-lapse, but the Sukuichi is there. Because Ray Fire Blast is actually the only proper stun they have, apart from the Dismember.
Where's the Pudge? Ah, he's coming now.
He's hungry for blood. It wouldn't surprise me if he four-staffed himself onto the high ground and just went man mode. The sentry comes down by NS, but they can't even go to kill the ward. Well, finally they're going in. Or
they don't dare to. They see the Pudge.
That's so funny. I mean, the Pudge is a legitimate threat at the moment. Level 2 Dismember as well. Maxed out Rot. He's at 1.6k HP as well. He's a tanky son of a gun.
Yeah, the tower, man.
Oh, Arsar blinks in, gets the hoofstomp. Moon in trouble. Can he get the BKB? He's so low. He actually activates the BKB, but goes down here. But there's the vacuum 1 to 4. Another overgrowth comes out. And Power Ranger they're faltering. Cheshire he's gonna get chased down as well. Frost Blast and the Swarm actually is enough. Scandal at least kills off Jotun, but that's still a double kill for Illidan. I think they're gonna get Scandal as well. His only chance would have been to go for the TP straight away, but he didn't go for it, and now Arsart can get the blink out. Oh, he tried to go for the deny again. But that's a triple kill for Illidan. 2.2k gold in the bank now. And Moon, I mean, he felt a little bit too ballsy, and I really think he should have just saved his BKB because it was way too late anyway.
Yeah, Moon. I'm pretty surprised. Like, I didn't expect to see him die in that team fight. But ultimately, as long as the towers don't go down for VP, they can always heal it back up. That's the Trian's doing right now.
And the push, it takes ages for them as well. There's no actual tower damage coming out anyway. They don't have Desolators to speed up the process. They don't have like Lone Druid, Spirit Bear, or Diabolic Edict by the Leshrac or anything to actually go for them. Oh, the guy shielded them. Maybe the vacuum comes out. He gets the time lapse though. They don't have the stun lock necessary, but actually getting the time lapse is maybe good enough already. It is on a 50-second cooldown, so they might get... Well, actually they don't have any outer towers to even go for. So it's either tier 3 or nothing but Scandal. He wants to go for God. He gets the Dismember as well. I think he should finish it up with the hook. Oh, is it actually enough?
Oh my goodness.
He's ticking down by the urn as well. He gets the bottle and he stays alive.
Yeah, that was a Stampede waiting for him. As soon as the Dismember was over, we expected it to see it coming.
Arsart, really nicely done, saving his teammate there, and FNG, actually one big thing of the team fight that they lost, Power Rangers, is they lost the gem as well. So now, can just scout things out with the Nature Skies.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So this game, Virtus.pro, they're hanging on, they're buying time. That's definitely something that they do need as well. I mean, looking at the graphs now, the XP actually dropped down from almost 7.5k to 3k. As well as the gold graph, oh god, it was around 16k, now it's 14ish.
Yeah, I think
Still
what Power Rangers needs to do is just wait for the next Roshan, because there's Aegis plus Cheese. And you know that Luna is going to be an unstoppable force. Like,
is it really Cheese already?
Sorry?
Is it Cheese already? Isn't it the second Roche?
I thought that was the second Roche right there. Or am I wrong? Oh no,
if it's only... I think the level 1 Roche last game mixes up our timers a little bit.
Ah, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Then the next... Well, just getting the Aegis next time.
Yeah. Oh, Illidan actually gets stunned as well. He still has the time left, but oh, the Dismember comes out from the hook straight away. Shift Q1 Scandal, really nicely done.
Man, Scandal is one sick Pudge player, I gotta say. Like, people need to give him more respect. Or maybe it's just me. Like, maybe it's just me not seeing enough Scandal on this hero.
Dota 2 Big Pip on chat, when they went for the pick at first, he said Scandal is a pretty good Pudge player, and man, he wasn't joking.
Yeah, definitely was really good.
Wow, it's a pipe finish on Cheshire Cat as well now, so next time they try to go high ground, the Chain Frost, it's not gonna be effective, it's only level 1 as well.
And Moon, I feel like all he needs is that Manta Style, yeah, and he is only a recipe away, and once he has the Manta Style, there's gonna be nothing to hold him down. Unless
they stun lock him before the BKB, like they did before.
Yeah, with the Centaur. That's why Centaur is such a nuisance to deal with, because like, it's so quick. Like,
shouldn't the Luna though have? I mean, if she's really fast on the reactions, shouldn't she be able to pop BKB before the Hoofstone finishes? But oh, FNG, he goes down. The Stampede comes out. I think the Chain Frost flew as well. Yes, it did. So blowing everything for the Enchantress. I mean, I guess you're just delaying Power Rangers push, which is exactly what Virtus.pro are aiming at the moment.
Yeah, and this Treant is such a nuisance. Constantly Nature's guy is just walking around, taking a stroll in the jungle, and he sees Wilkin, and he's gonna go for it. Oh yeah, free gold. Life's good.
He's actually holding on to the gem as well, just to make sure that if there's a sentry or anything, he will know, so he won't go to the wrong place at the wrong time. And Arsart, he's trying to chase down Cheshire Cat, but level 3 Surge, even with the Blink Dagger, it's gonna be hard for him. Although Cheshire Cat, no, Arsart, no, not even gonna go Blink for it. Really thought he might have tried with Illidan being there. And Illidan, do you think this Mithril Hammer is gonna turn into a BKB or Desolator?
BKB. Or yeah, he needs BKB regardless. I feel.
Well, yeah, I guess the Eclipse definitely can just kill him off immediately. I get this member goes through BKB, but at least you won't take as much damage. The physical damage isn't that scary yet from Power Rangers, so the BKB definitely would be helpful, but do you think that they maybe even need just a purely physical damage? And oh, they want to go for Illidan, forced by J4. They use the Stampede as well. Illidan jukes it out in the night vision. But that's Blink Dagger now on J4 himself, and look at Arsart. He's just staying back.
Yeah, he's waiting to come in around the back. Nope. He's like, yeah, I'm by myself. Time to get out. But slowly and steadily, like, G is farming up. He has around 2.5, 2.6k gold. Hopefully by the next fight, he will have something, like, a little bit more in his arsenal so that he can deal with the push. Otherwise, I mean, I feel kind of bad for him. Like, the last game and this game, he's always been a central focus for Power Ranger to shut down. And they've done very well last game as well as this game so far in doing like what they need to do to shut down the SF.
They really have focused it, and I guess that's the best way to address a Shadow Fiend overall. Just lock him down early so he doesn't just completely go rampage out of control. Although he's still getting the farm, he's not that far behind anymore. At least the Luna isn't doubling him. Although doubling gets infinitely harder as time goes on. But still, 15k almost compared to 9.5k. God, he has his Crystallis at least. So that's something going for him.
Yeah, and even if this game does go late, right, I don't think Power Rangers are too worried, too concerned. Because not only does... Okay, so we gotta understand right now, Luna is so far ahead in terms of net worth, right? And then if eventually F and G gets an Aghanim Scepter and gets to like level 16, that's tons of damage right there. In J4, he doesn't even need any damage to be in the mix and be effective. He has a Blade Mail, and if he ever does get to the Mjolnir, he's just gonna stand there, soak up all the damage, return a huge portion of it in like while he's there. And if he dies, then you know it's time to go for Cheshire Cat to put up the vacuum wall combo.
By the way, I don't think it works like that, but can you proc Mjolnir off of Rot? If
on yourself? I don't.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't.
If that would be just the sickest combination ever, to be honest. But just
it would be considered OP.
Yeah.
They need to go on the Centaur. I think Centaur is the big one. You should never let him. Oh, okay. This tornado. I mean, this Wilkin is doing
disabling
work.
the Blink Dagger. It's brilliant.
It's just
F
so
and G.
good.
My God. I mean, like you said as well, Power Rangers support play. The players, I mean, their rotations, all the little movements they're doing, they're just so spot on with everything. And this time around, Moon, he can just go for the right clicks because even if they initiate, he has the Aegis now.
Oh, but Centaur.
Oh yeah, J4 goes in as well. God, there's the vacuum wall onto Free. God almost goes down. He has to activate the BKB. Eclipse comes out as well. Shot him. Takes a lot of damage. Nobody's actually dead yet. J throws to bounce around. Will they actually just going for the towers now with the illusions of the Shadow Fiend. And they have so many illusions thanks to the wall. Extra damage for them. Easy job. They actually get the Necromastery or the presence of the Dark Lord. Minus armor as well from the Shadow Fiend, right?
Yeah, definitely. The illusions. That's one of the best things about having a SF replicate in the game. You return the presence of Dark Lord right back to your opponents. But that fight, wow. I mean,
oh, they're going on Moon. No, Archer gets the hoof stomp to Double H. Came out as well with Moon. He's pretty tanky. He has the life. J4 comes in. There's the hook as well onto Archer with the dismember. The Aegis. Luna comes back. Moon just running away for the timing. J4 going Manu. There's the reincarnation slowing everybody down, and Moon with the Lucent Peel beam kills off Illidan. Now Scandal. He has to escape. One more right click. G gets it with the Shadow Race, but he forfeits his life for it. And this is going to be easy. Second Rex. Are there buybacks? Yes, there are. Shadow Fiend has it. Lich hasn't died, but he would have had it. But only God buying back. That even won't save them.
there's no point for him to buy back right now. He needs to wait for his teammate to respawn first. And if you look at
didn't even
Weaver,
get ice
because-
armor on the tower, so man.
Yeah, and because the Weaver went for a Deso, he's got good damage output, but he doesn't have enough HP. And we saw how fast it fell right there. And I feel like this game might just be coming to an end.
Well, they are going for a last-ditch effort because God, he purchased a Mask of Madness now.
Yeah, he's gonna go mad.
I mean, that's really... I guess they have to try to do something. But what can they do when the Luna has so much farm as it does? I mean, she has had 5.5k. What did she buy? Is she going for Satanic? No, Heart of Tarask for Moon. Aghanim Scepter finished up on FNG. Blink Dagger on Cheshire Cat. And well, Illidan actually did go for the Desolator, not the BKB. And well, damage output wise, together with the presence of the Dark Lord, that's a lot of minus armor working for them. But even then, man. Oh.
He's paper thin. That's the problem. He's paper thin. And Power Rangers, I mean, if Virtus.pro successfully defended that push, if you look at it, it was, to me, it came down to RSR blinking just slightly too slow. If he blinked in on the Luna a bit earlier, then they might have won the fight. He would have gotten the stun on the tail Luna. And what happened there was he hesitated. And when he blinked in, they all got vacuumed together instantly. And Luna turns on the BKB, turns on the Manta, and there was just no stopping him.
Yeah, that was really nice vacuum wall, and like you said, Arshard, maybe just could have gone balls deep. I mean, that was really make or break for them, and actually, it's really funny that no heroes died from that fight, but just the wall creating the illusions as well as Power Rangers being healthy enough to stay there. That was easy wrecks for them, and 2 wrecks behind Virtus.pro. I mean, they can clear up the creep waves with the shadow races, I guess. But other than that, they don't even have the best counter pushing or just pushing out the mega creeps.
Yeah, they're going for an all-in effort.
Oh, Cheshire Cat actually gets stomped. Arsat, really nice blink by him. Do they have the follow-up stuns though? He's still surged up. It's just lasting so long. He activates the pipe. The stampede comes out. But there's the vacuum. It actually doesn't catch anybody. God gets the kill, and J4 will go down as well. He has the reincarnation, slowing everybody down. FNG activates the Nature's Attendant, but Scandal, another hoof stomp onto 2 heroes. Eclipse, BKB popped by Moon. Actually, Eclipse coming out now a little bit late, but it doesn't matter. It's doing so much damage. Oh my god. Moon, once he joins the fight, Virtus.pro, they just can't do anything anymore. Illidan trying to fight it out, can't really do it.
Wow. That was intense. Well, I felt like VP, they knew they were behind. They had to go for pickoffs to get themselves back in the game. But it's unfortunate. Power Rangers, the heroes were just in a general vicinity, and then they rotated over. And yeah, this is gonna be the final push.
Yeah, it really feels like it. God does buy back, but I don't feel... Well, oh, Scandal, what a hook and Neslich. Nothing for you to do. And now he buys back as well, but that's the tier tower gone. And Illidan, he's just dropping down to the bouncy glaives, and he will go down. God dies as well. No buyback, a dieback rather for him. And this is GG. And Power Rangers, they just get themselves into the grand final against Empire.
Oh man. Also, just now, he wanted to blink in and help out, but the glaives are bouncing onto him through the Raxes, and that's GG.
I mean, Power Rangers today, they're looking extremely strong. Versus Osliki, their plays, they just make so little mistakes. And their coordination, it's on a whole nother level. Unfortunately, I didn't see the game versus Virtus.pro yesterday by them. But looks like they had a good night's sleep, or I don't know what it was, but it worked for them.
Yeah, stellar performance from Power Rangers. I'm extremely looking forward to the game between Power Rangers and Empire now. I mean, man, Power Rangers, they never cease to astonish me.
Yeah, they make sure they get at least a minimum second place finish now. And actually, the grand final should be coming up in an hour, 14 CET. I'll just probably keep the stream running and go eat in the meantime and whatnot. Maybe create votes. But thank you all for tuning in. Do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, of course, follow us on Twitch. Follow us and like us on Facebook, Twitter to know actually when we're going online with what. We're casting pretty much every day when there is something to cast. And of course, check our YouTube for the votes. The votes of Power Rangers versus Oslick Gaming are actually already uploaded there, so you can check that out. Game number 1 was pretty amazing, I think. I'm not sure, I don't even remember, to be honest. My brain is mush, but yeah. Thanks again all for tuning in. My name is Coucher, with me was Mito. Any parting words?
Yeah, stick around, guys. I mean, the grand final is coming up, so in about an hour's time. Just go enjoy yourselves, relax a little, and come back for some intense Dota.
Yeah, indeed, intense Dota it should be, but I guess just some music in the meantime.